Have you ever wondered what it takes to get oil out of the ground and into your car? It's a massive, complex industry that powers our world, and today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of oil mining and the incredible money that flows through it. From the roughnecks on the rigs to the executives in the boardrooms, this industry is a global giant. So, how does it all work? It all starts with exploration. Geologists and seismologists are like detectives for the Earth's crust. They use cutting-edge technology like seismic surveys, which send sound waves deep into the ground to find potential oil and gas reservoirs hidden miles beneath the surface. They analyze rock formations and underground maps, looking for the telltale signs of black gold. This phase can take years and cost hundreds of millions of dollars, with no guarantee of success. It's a high-stakes gamble, but the potential rewards are astronomical. Once a promising site is identified, the real heavy lifting begins. Drilling. This is where you see those iconic oil rigs, whether they massive offshore platforms standing in the middle of the ocean or land-based rigs dotting the landscape. A drill bit, made of super hard materials like diamond, grinds through layers of rock, sand, and clay. A special fluid, known as drilling mud, is pumped down to cool the bit and carry rock cuttings back to the surface. Drilling a single well can cost anywhere from a few million to over $100 million, especially in challenging deep-water environments. But striking oil isn't the end of the story. The oil that comes out of the ground, called crude oil, is a mixture of different hydrocarbons and impurities. It's not ready to be used just yet. This is where the production phase comes in. A complex system of pipes, pumps, and separators is installed to bring the oil to the surface and separate it from natural gas, water, and sediment. Sometimes the natural pressure in the reservoir is enough to push the oil up. Other times, techniques like water or gas injection are needed to maintain pressure and maximize recovery. It's a constant battle against nature to keep the oil flowing. Now, let's talk about the money. The oil and gas industry is one of the most capital-intensive businesses in the world. We're talking about mind-boggling numbers. A large-scale offshore project can easily cost over $10 billion before it produces a single drop of oil. So, where does all this money come from? It's a mix of investments from giant multinational oil corporations like ExxonMobil, Shell, and BP, national oil companies owned by governments, and smaller independent producers. These companies raise capital from investors, take on massive loans, and reinvest their profits to fund new projects. The price of oil itself is the lifeblood of the industry. It's notoriously volatile, influenced by a complex web of geopolitics, global supply and demand, economic growth, and even the weather. A major conflict in an oil-producing region, or a decision by OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, can send prices soaring or plummeting overnight. For oil companies, this volatility means their profits can swing dramatically from one quarter to the next. When prices are high, they rake in record profits. When prices crash, they face immense financial pressure, leading to project cancellations and layoffs. The revenue generated is staggering. In a good year, the global oil and gas industry can generate trillions of dollars in revenue. A significant portion of this money goes back to governments in the form of taxes, royalties, and licensing fees. For many countries, these revenues are the primary source of national income, funding everything from infrastructure and education to healthcare. Think of countries like Saudi Arabia, Norway, or the United Arab Emirates. Their modern economies were largely built on oil wealth. This money also fuels a vast ecosystem of related industries. There are the service companies that provide the drilling rigs, the seismic imaging technology, and the specialized workforce. There are pipeline companies that transport the oil and gas across continents. There are shipping companies with fleets of massive supertankers. And of course, there are the refineries that transform crude oil into the gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and plastics we use every day. Each of these sectors represents a multi-billion-dollar industry in its own right, all dependent on the flow of oil. The industry is also a major employer. It provides millions of jobs worldwide, from highly skilled engineers, geologists, and financial analysts to welders, mechanics, and rig workers. These jobs are often well-paying, but can also be demanding and dangerous, especially for those working on offshore rigs or in remote locations. The economic impact extends far beyond direct employment, supporting countless other jobs in manufacturing, logistics, and local services in oil-producing regions. However, the immense wealth and power of the oil industry also come with significant controversies and challenges. Environmental concerns are at the forefront. Oil spills, like the Deepwater Horizon disaster, can have devastating consequences for marine ecosystems and coastal communities. The process of extraction and consumption also releases greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, which are a major contributor to climate change. This has led to intense pressure from the public, investors, and governments for the industry to transition towards cleaner energy sources. In response, many major oil companies are now investing billions into renewable energy like wind and solar, as well as technologies like carbon capture, which aims to trap CO2 emissions before they enter the atmosphere. This is a monumental shift, and the industry is at a crossroads. They are trying to balance the world's current need for oil and gas with the urgent need to build a more sustainable energy future. It's a tricky balancing act, navigating between profitability and responsibility. So, from the initial high-risk search for hidden reservoirs deep within the earth, to the complex engineering of drilling and production, and the massive global financial markets that underpin it all, the oil industry is a true behemoth. It has shaped the modern world, fueled economic growth, and defined international politics for over a century. While its future is uncertain as the world moves towards new energy sources, its impact and the incredible story of its operations and finances will be studied for generations. Thanks for watching our deep dive into the world of oil and money. What part of this massive industry do you find most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the industries that shape our world. See you next time.